All right. So now we're gonna do our
green smoothie prep.
green smoothie prep. Okay. So one of the things I said, if you saw my other video about meal prepping, was that I wanted to do a little bit more clean eating and decided that I was gonna do add some smoothies. I'm not doing the green smoothie challenge. I'm just adding more smoothies to my diet and Milo's diet too. He didn't know it, but now he does. So one of the things that makes doing smoothies easier is meal prepping. And so what we're gonna do is, I have tons and tons of frozen fruits, which are one of the primary things that goes into the smoothies. And I just washed, and I have water all over my counter, but I just washed and cleaned some salad greens, which is one of the primary components that go inside the smoothies. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything ready so that all I have to do in the morning is put everything in the blender, and then I've got fresh smoothies ready to go. And then we may actually make one a little bit later too. So the first thing I want to do is just get together some of the fruit. And if you read J.J. Smith's book where she talks about the green smoothie cleanse, what you find is that there's a cup to a cup and a half of fruit in all the smoothies. So these are some that I already had in the freezer, and we're gonna do some more. We're just gonna get a bunch of them ready so that we have different types of fruits ready to go. So that when we wanna make a smoothie in the morning, first thing, get up just a little bit earlier, and then I'm ready to rock and roll. So it's like it's a cup and a half. My little helper over here. And then I'm gonna do a half a cup. All right, we'll close them up a little bit later. This one's almost done. Let's just do a couple. So this one is mixed berries, and do just a half this time. Half, not as much, a half. Lord have mercy. Okay, be careful, because I don't want this stuff on my sweatshirt. Okay, so that's enough of that one. Why don't we just do some straight strawberries? All right, so these already, actually, let's get rid of the rest of these. I have multiple bags of fruit. Every time I get ready to do smoothies, I go and buy more fruit. That's one of the other things, is that having frozen fruit makes a big difference in the smoothie, and it makes it easier. And in that way, you don't have to worry about if it going bad. Here, you can do the next one. You don't have to worry about it going bad because you can just pop it in the freezer. And sometimes, are you eating it or are you putting it in the bag? Come on. You're supposed to be my assistant. All right, 1 cup, and then like a half a cup. Yeah. So I try to always have these on hand. So this time, I really didn't have a bunch that I had to get at the store because I already had all this frozen fruit. All I had to do was go and get the fresh stuff. So I got my salad greens, which were fresh, and I got some fresh apples also. And then I already had my flax seeds, which I have in the pantry. I already have stevia. Those are all the components that actually go into the smoothie. Give me 2 cups.
2 full cups?
Yeah. Good job. Thank you. Let's do one more for the mango. Yep. So I'm just taking this to make it easier. I'm not necessarily making this many smoothies because since I'm going to do them first thing in the morning, I'll have enough. I'll just leave them in there until I get ready to use them. So this will probably last us 2 or 3 weeks. This is 2 or 3 weeks worth of smoothies. All right, gonna do some peaches.
2 full cups.
My helper over here, you guys, you just don't understand.
Full cup?
Not a whole cup. You know what? Actually, let's put that one in. Just put. Let me do this one because this bag is almost done. I'm just gonna put like 1. Yeah, I know. And then we're gonna put the rest of it in this last bag. All right, that's good. Okay, stick it in here. That's good. This is for you, Charnel. I hope you watch it. Okay. All right. Yep. You can put that in the sink. So we have all of our fruits. That's all my fruit. Then, can you give me a towel from over there? I'm going to do the salad greens. trying to get at some of this water. This is not meant to be a professional video. It's meant to be for inspirational and helping purposes only. The recipe calls for about 3 bunches of salad greens. I dried them off a little bit, but I'm gonna put them in the bag and then I'm gonna towel it a little bit more and dry them so they're not too wet, because I don't want them to get soggy and then end up, you know, getting all brown and nasty, because I'm making enough. And I may actually pop some of these in the freezer too, because since I'm only doing a couple of meals with these, like breakfast primarily, I'm doing this for Milo and I. This will, like, 1 round of smoothies will last us probably 2 or 3 days. So I'll probably take these and pop them in the freezer, and in that way I'll have some greens for the next couple of weeks ready to go. I have some spinach in the garage too. This one is what's called the spring mix. And the initial recipes that are in the book all call for you to use spring mix initially. I'm going to add some spinach to this one. Alright, so there's my lettuce. So I have that part done. And then the next thing I'm going to do is get a couple of apples ready. And again, I might pop these in the freezer too, because I'm not doing smoothies all day. I'm only doing them for a couple of my core meals. So rinse those off. I have an apple core here that I use to make life tons easier. My mom is a gadget person, and she got me this when the kids were a lot younger, because they would like to get apples. And so instead of standing there and cutting up an apple and slicing it by hand like we used to, you can get an apple slicer like this, and it saves you a ton of time. Well, Nana got it. You know Nana gets all her gadgets from different places. You know, she probably got it from someplace else. And then cores out, because you don't want to grind up any seeds. So like, there's no seeds or anything in here. That's just straight apple. I'm just going to do 2 of them, and this will be probably enough for me for the week. And then we also get some to snack on. Go get one and wash it. I got to do another one because she wants to eat one. So I'm going to take these 2 apples and stick them in the Ziploc bag, because the recipe that I'm going to do for my smoothie in the morning, it's going to call for an apple, fruit, the greens, flax seeds, stevia, and stevia, and I think that's it. It may call for a banana as well, but I've already got some fresh bananas ready to go. So after this, I am done with my meal prepping. So there is no reason other than getting up out of the bed in the morning and putting my smoothie together. Or actually what I could do is I could make it tonight, stick it in the refrigerator. I have some containers that I use that I divided up for Milo and I. And that way we have our smoothies. They are ready to go. So I've got breakfast ready, and now I've got smoothies ready to go. I'm going to use those as probably a snack, or I may have them at lunch, or I may have them for breakfast. So I have options ready to go for both my breakfast and lunch this week. So meal prep is all done.
Are we actually making the smoothie?